Stop scrolling. That small 5-cent coin you might ignore every day could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, even if it looks just like any other nickel in the same condition. Today, we're uncovering the top 2 most valuable United States Monticello Jefferson Nickel 5-cent coins, both appearing similar in condition but holding very different values due to their rarity, history, and collector demand. These hidden treasures prove that even the smallest coins can carry big surprises if you know exactly what to look for. So let's get started. First up, the 1953 D mint mark United States Monticello Jefferson Nickel. This small piece of metal, often overlooked in pocket change, has captured the attention of collectors due to its history, unique features, and the possibility of rare high-value examples appearing in auctions for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The Jefferson Nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and has remained a staple of American coinage ever since. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1953 D Jefferson Nickel was minted in Denver, with a total production of nearly 60 million coins, making it a high mintage issue for that year. Despite its large production, this coin represents a significant era in post-war America, when the U.S. Mint was producing coins rapidly to meet economic demand. Over time, these nickels entered circulation and became part of everyday transactions, gradually developing the worn look we now call circulated conditions. The 1953 D Jefferson Nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a durable yet slightly silver-like appearance. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of about 21.2 millimeters. On the front, you'll see a detailed portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse showcases Monticello with the small D mint mark located to the right of the building. One of the most important features collectors look for is the sharpness of the steps on Monticello, known as full steps. Coins with clearly defined steps are much rarer and significantly more valuable. However, many 1950s nickels, including the 1953 D, suffered from weaker strikes, making fully detailed examples harder to find. At first glance, the 1953 D Jefferson Nickel may not seem rare due to its high mintage. In fact, most circulated examples are quite common and easy to find. But here's where it gets interesting. Rarity in coin collecting isn't just about how many were made, it's about condition and detail. High-grade coins, especially those with full steps, are extremely scarce. Collectors actively hunt for these superior examples because they are much harder to find than standard circulated pieces. This difference in quality creates strong demand in the collector market, turning an otherwise common coin into a prized collectible when found in exceptional condition. Now let's talk about value, which is what every collector wants to know. In circulated condition, the 1953 D Jefferson Nickel is typically worth around its face value of 5 cents, or slightly higher between 10 cents depending on where. However, once you move into uncirculated grades, the value increases significantly, ranging from around $11 million or more. The real excitement comes at the highest levels of preservation. Coins graded at the top of the scale with full steps detail have reached auction prices as high as $11 million, showing just how valuable a perfect example can be. This dramatic price difference highlights why collectors carefully examine even the smallest details on these coins. If you're searching for a valuable 1953 D Jefferson Nickel, start by checking the condition of your coin. Look closely at the Monticello steps on the reverse. Clear, uninterrupted lines can significantly increase value. Avoid coins with heavy scratches, corrosion, or excessive wear, as these reduce collectability. It's also important to store your coins properly in protective holders to preserve their condition over time. For serious collectors, getting coins graded by professional services can help confirm authenticity and maximize market value. Even though most circulated examples are common, it only takes one exceptional find to make your collection truly special. In the end, the 1953 D Jefferson Nickel is a perfect example of how an everyday coin can hold hidden potential. While most circulated pieces may only be worth a few cents, the rare high-grade versions can command impressive prices at auction. Its rich history, distinctive design, and the thrill of discovering a valuable specimen make this coin a favorite among collectors. Next up, the 1964 D mint mark United States Monticello Jefferson Nickel, a coin that millions have handled, yet few truly understand. Even in what collectors might call rusty condition, this coin can still spark curiosity and, in rare cases, carry unexpected value in the collector market. Let's uncover what makes this ordinary-looking nickel so interesting and why some versions have sold for far more than just 5 cents. Of the Jefferson Nickel, first introduced in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlag and features Thomas Jefferson on the front, with his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1964, The United States was experiencing a coin shortage, and the U.S. Mint responded by producing massive quantities of coins to meet demand. The Denver Mint alone struck over a billion 1964 Jefferson Nickels, making it one of the highest mintage coins in the entire series. Because of this, the coin became extremely common in circulation and is still widely found today in worn condition. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel is made of a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it strength and resistance to wear. It weighs 5 grams and measures about 21.2 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson shows fine details like his hair and facial features, while the reverse displays Monticello with inscriptions including E pluribus unum and 5 cents. The small D mint mark appears to the right of Monticello, indicating it was minted in Denver. In so-called rusty conditions, the coin does not actually contain iron, so it doesn't rust like steel. Instead, the brownish or dark appearance comes from environmental damage, oxidation, dirt, or chemical exposure over time. This gives the coin a rough, aged look that many collectors consider damaged, but it also tells a story of long circulation and real-world use. At first glance, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel is not rare at all due to its enormous mintage. In fact, most examples in circulated or rusty condition are extremely common and hold little premium value. However, rarity in coin collecting is all about condition and quality. While billions were made, very few have survived in pristine, high-grade conditions with sharp details. Coins with strong strikes, especially those showing the famous full steps on Monticello, are highly sought after. These full steps examples are much rarer and drive strong collector demand. Even though a rusty coin is usually considered damaged and less desirable, collectors still examine them carefully because rare varieties or errors could still exist, turning an overlooked coin into something special. When it comes to value, a 1964 Jefferson Nickel in rusty or heavily circulated condition is typically worth only its face value of 5 cents, or slightly more as a curiosity. Most of these coins sell for around $8 million depending on appearance. However, in uncirculated condition, values can rise to a few dollars, and in high mint state grades, they can reach $8 million or more. The real excitement lies in top quality examples with full steps, which have sold at auctions for $8 million in exceptional cases. This huge gap between common circulated coins and rare high-grade specimens shows how condition plays a critical role in determining value. If you come across a 1964 Jefferson Nickel in rusty condition, don't rush to clean it. Cleaning can actually reduce its value significantly. Instead, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for details on Monticello, especially the steps, and check for any unusual features or minting errors. Even if the coin appears damaged, it's still worth keeping if you're building a collection or learning about coin grading. Store your coins in a drying environment to prevent further damage. For coins that appear to have strong details or unique characteristics, consider professional grading to determine their true market value. The 1964 Jefferson Nickel proves that even the most common coins can hold fascinating stories and hidden potential. While a rusty example may not be worth much in dollars, it represents a piece of American history that has passed through countless hands over decades. And in rare cases, higher quality versions of the same coin can command impressive prices at auction. Next up, the 1969 United States Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, even unattractive due to heavy wear or discoloration. But in the world of coin collecting, even the most overlooked pieces can reveal fascinating history and, in rare cases, hidden value. Let's explore what makes this coin worth talking about. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938 and continues to be one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Created by Felix Schlag, the coin features Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1969 nickel without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks on coins at that time. During the late 1960s, the U.S. Mint was still recovering from earlier coin shortages, leading to large production numbers. As a result, millions of these nickels entered circulation and became part of everyday life across the country. The 1969 Jefferson Nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it durability and a slightly silvery appearance when new. It weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. The obverse displays a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse shows Monticello with detailed architectural features. Since this version has no mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. In ugly condition, the coin may appear dark, heavily worn, scratched, or stained due to years of circulation, environmental exposure, or improper storage. While this reduces its visual appeal, it also reflects its long journey through everyday transactions. Collectors often inspect even such coins carefully, as sometimes hidden details or rare errors can still be present beneath the wear. In general, the 1969 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is not considered rare because of its high mintage. Most examples found today, especially in ugly or heavily circulated conditions, are very common and hold minimal collector value. However, rarity in coin collecting depends heavily on condition and specific features. Coins that remain in uncirculated condition or display sharp details, particularly the full steps on Monticello, are much harder to find and therefore more desirable. Additionally, collectors are always searching for unusual errors or varieties, which can turn even a common coin into something rare. This constant hunt keeps demand alive, even for coins that appear unattractive at first glance. When it comes to value, a 1969 Jefferson nickel in ugly condition is usually worth only its face value of 5 cents, or slightly more as a collectible curiosity. Most heavily worn examples sell for around $9 million. In better circulated conditions, values can rise to a few cents more, while uncirculated coins may reach $9 million depending on quality. High-grade examples with full steps can sell for significantly higher amounts, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars at auction. Rare error coins from this year can also bring strong prices, depending on their uniqueness and condition. This wide range shows how dramatic value can change based on quality and rarity. If you come across a 1969 nickel without a mint mark in ugly condition, resist the temptation to clean it. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce any potential value. Instead, examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for clear details on Monticello, especially the steps, and check for any unusual marks or minting errors. Even if the coin appears worn, it can still be useful for learning about coin grading in history. Store your coins in a dry place to prevent further deterioration. If you suspect your coin might have unique features, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. The 1969 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a reminder that not all valuable stories come in perfect condition. Even an ugly coin can carry decades of history and, in rare cases, surprising value. While most examples may only be worth a few cents, the possibility of finding a high-grade or error coin keeps collectors searching. So the next time you see a worn, unattractive nickel, take a second look. You might just discover a small but meaningful piece of the past hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin stories and hidden treasure discoveries. See you in the next video.